Okay, so I guess this is my last stand for love. And when I say that, it doesn't mean anything other than the fact that the only reason that I am standing up to make this video is because I love you, and I'm just gonna call it you know, whatever you want to call it. I'm standing up for love, but I wouldn't expect much from me in this video because um, when I say this is my last stand for love, it's just me standing. Anything else that I say is because I'm done. Um, I got laid off from my job. I'm gonna go ahead and work free. Um, yeah, that's kind of the way to do it, anyways. In a world where people want people to pay for the things they need, want, and enjoy, maybe it's not. But anyways, um, so what I was gonna do is read you some emails that I just sent my that I sent Jennifer. I don't know whether to call her my wife or my ex-wife. I don't have any idea about it. Um, I think about her as my friend mostly, but she doesn't ever talk to me, and so that's not much of a friend. But I like to think of her as a friend, anyways. Maybe she is being a friend. Maybe there's something that I don't know or understand, and that's why she's not talking to me. Because maybe that's she going. I'm trying to be your friend. Don't you see? I'm not talking to you for. I don't know, but um, so man, I'm all out of hotspot, so I can't even send the emails to another phone or tablet so that I can read it to you. The thing is um, so I've said to people that I'm God. Now that might sound crazy to you, or maybe you might go, hey, that's possible. Um, but nobody gives a hoot or damn or a darn or a heck or anything about that. Nobody, nobody. And so I don't need to try and prove that anymore. I'm what one of the things I said to her, and I'm right now. That little voice is saying, "Don't say this," but I am done fighting. And if the little voice says, "Don't say something that I'm gonna say," too bad, or too good, or probably shouldn't have said too bad. But anyways, I'm just gonna do it anyways because I'm tired of fighting. Um, I would make a lousy God anyways, because the only for y'all, because the only thing that I hope for y'all is love for each other and for me, and for me not to be harmed or in any more pain or agony than I'm in. Y'all hope for government and your particular presidential candidate to win, or for more COVID relief funds and all these kinds of things. Those are the things y'all hope for, and y'all hope for a God that's going to come flying out of the sky. And the only way that I know how to do that is in an airplane. Um, I mean, that's so. But so I have lots of friends, but I haven't talked to them in a long time because I don't know their phone number because I tried to sign up for Facebook a long time ago, and um, as soon as I started friend requesting, it'd be like 4 or 5 friend requests a day, or even 10. Because like the first few days that you sign up for Facebook, I guess you you send out bunches of friend requests. And so I was, sending out friend requests to all these people that are my friends, and um, that social media app just shut me right down. So and then after that, it was just like trying to do that is not my thing. But other than that, other than the friends that I have that I'm not able to get in contact, or well, I guess I could maybe kind of get in touch with him. But I'm done. I don't done like making long drives by myself. I'm done doing all that kind of stuff. I'm done searching for love. I'm done with all of that. Jennifer, whom I love very much, uh, doesn't. I email her. She doesn't say anything back. She doesn't say says nothing. Um, Now Brenda. Uh, so today my I had this I don't even like to use the word thought because it's a thought was a I should have never learned this, and I wouldn't have problem saying thought. But thought is an Egyptian god, and people have been gypped enough, you know. So, but I had this thought. I was like, if Brenda is happy, I'm actually happy for her now. I love Brenda. I can't say that I'm in love with her anymore. I love her, and I'm in love with her as far as I love her as a friend, and I think she loves me as a friend. Um, she's got a husband, and if she's happy with him and he's happy with her, I'm happy for them. I and it, today was actually the first day that I really like. I've worked on that, trying to have that feeling before, but today was a day when I went, man, if she's happy, I'm actually happy about that. I mean, so this is going to sound a little maybe like a jerk, but because I was in the romance kind of love with her for such a long time. Um, there were times where I didn't want her to be happy, even though I wanted her to be happy. And I know that sounds crazy and mixed up, but I wanted her to be happy because I love her, but I didn't want her to be happy because I loved her and I wanted her to love me. But I'm good with being her friend. That's I and I am thankful for that. Um, she I asked her the other day if Brianna would like to go to Orlando, and she said Brianna works. Um, and then she said you should get on unemployment. I guess she was trying to be kind, and so yeah, that's that's a good thing. So Brenda and Anthony, uh, wish you all the best. Love you. And so there's a girl here, and her name is Melinda, which makes me think about Belinda. You know, Belinda's name could also be Melinda stuff, but Mindy is what I call her in high school. I've kind of, I guess, been in love with her all my life. But she doesn't exist in this reality, or at least it seems that way, because her name is spelled differently. She's differently in uh, the most recent time, or the last time. I hate to say the last time I talked to somebody because it sounds like I'll never talk to them again. But you know the expression we say the last time I talked to somebody, meaning um, she didn't remember things that Mindy would have actually remembered. Now they have a thing called the Mandela effect, and I don't know if that's actually a thing, but if it is, I wouldn't have I wouldn't I wouldn't argue against it because there's just anyways. Um, Now then there's Jennifer, and Jennifer. When I met Jennifer, there was a song that Garth Brooks sang. It's called "Unanswered Prayers," and I couldn't have felt that song when I was with Jennifer. I didn't. I wasn't. There was there was just Jennifer. I didn't. I very rarely thought about Mindy, and when I did, it was about that song. Now, Mindy, if you're out there, listen, don't let that take anything away from you, because I've loved you all my life, and I may love you all my life and all of eternity and all that. Um, but I don't know that you actually exist. I know that Jennifer exists, and I know that when I was with her, that I was with her, like it was her. Um, but I don't. Uh, but so, and my kids, they don't talk to me. And the last time my daughter talked to me is I flew to Texas to surprise her for things she was doing at school. We were talking on the phone every day previous to that. And because I showed up there, I go, after they got done singing, I was like, I texted her and I said, that was beautiful. And she says, are you here? And I said, yeah. Now, maybe my fault because my first thought was to say I wouldn't have missed it for the world. But I didn't. I just said, yeah. And from that moment on, she hasn't talked to me. I could talk to you about, I paid for her phone for another 2 years after that, and she never answered the phone. But it's not important that I was paying for the phone. What's important was that she didn't answer. My son doesn't answer now. He called once and I didn't answer the phone. Well, I didn't know what to do because every time he's come back into my life, he has let me know that I am less than important to him. So, but anyways, a day or two later, I tried to give him a call, and he didn't answer. And I tried to email, and he didn't answer. And now his phone doesn't work. But he knows that he can call, but he doesn't want to. And then Brittany, um, that's a mistake I made. Where Brittany's grandma sent her to stay with me for 2 weeks after me and Jennifer split up. And after that 2 weeks was over, because I was scared of government, I drove her back to Florida. I should have never done that. I should have fought. The, the only expression that comes to mind is tooth and nail against the government. And if they were going to do something bad to me, well, they've done bad things to me. And that would have at least been me doing the right thing for my daughter and saying, no, I am not going to give her back to where she is not a priority in one of her parents' lives. She was a priority in my life, and I let fear of the government do that. I'm scared of the government right all the time because they have been awful people, terrible people. A guy told me the other day, he said, morals don't have anything to do with it. The government does bad things, but they also do some good things. So I guess you're just supposed to, accept the bad if they can give you a handout, right? They've got handouts for everybody right now, pandemic unemployment handouts. And you just take the government's hand and walk with the government. I'm not going to be beholden to the government. I am not going to be obliged to them. Anything they do to me, they're going to do to me because they force themselves, and hopefully they don't do anything to me ever. But I don't agree with government. I don't want to support government. I don't like government. I don't think there's anything redeeming about it. Yes, there's some good people that work in the government trying to do their best to do some good, but government itself, the thing that is government, is bad for humanity. It's a terrible thing. So that's that. But I realized as a God, I'm maybe the worst God anybody could want, because the only thing I want for you is love, and y'all don't want just that. Y'all want power, riches, like power over each other. Like I do. I like drones. Because they take neat pictures. And the guy was flying a drone today, and I think about power over people. I'm not trying to mess with my own mind, but that happens every once in a while. because that's what government is. It's try to be power over people, and they'll be power any way they can over people. If they have to slam people on the ground, if they have to bomb them from the air, if they have to shoot tank artillery at somebody, and if they can, that doesn't matter. None of that matters right now. I preach about that all day long. It doesn't matter because you're not going to listen to me anyways. You're not going to give up the government. You're not going to give up financial economic system, and so I'm not going to give it up. If y'all going to make me ask me or insinuate or anything that I have to pay at the store, if you have a price on anything or anything, I'm just going to go ahead and pay it because why not? Because I'm not going to stand there and argue with people and then have somebody come, you know, in a uniform, right, and beat me up or force me to do something because I'm arguing that it's immoral to make each other pay for the things that we need, want, and enjoy. So I'm done doing all of that, and I'm done trying to stand up for what's right, I guess, because I'm just going to go along with what y'all want. Whatever it is y'all want, let's just do it. If my boss here says, hey, could you paint a sign that says Hunters Welcome, I'll paint the sign. And y'all can kill as many deer and elk as you want because they're not somebody's mom or dad or brother or sister. They're just an animal, right? And animals were given here to be sacrificed for human consumption, not plants. That's, it's not supposed to be the Garden of Eden. It's supposed to be the slaughterhouse of Eden, right? That's what y'all like, right? Slaughter the animals and kill them all, and bomb people and go to war against people that you don't know, never met, and never done you, as far as you know, any harm. And anytime somebody has, it was because they were just following orders from their person that they think is supposed to be an authority over them, because y'all just love authority for some reason. Y'all think that's the way to go. So if y'all want that, hey, I'll go right along with it, but I ain't paying for authority. I ain't paying them, guys. I ain't doing it. If they take it out of my check involuntarily, they take it out of my check, but I ain't giving it to them. I ain't just saying, hey, you know what? You want me to pay you taxes and all that kind of stuff? Well, at the store, at the grocery store and stuff like that, I guess I got no choice about that either, because they won't sell you the stuff unless you pay tax along with it. So, and now there's even in some states tax on food, because you don't have the right to eat unless you pay the government for that right. Food tax. And you don't have right to have clothes unless you pay tax on the clothes, because that's clothes tax. And all this kind of garbage. And y'all can just, so I'll just go along right with it, because y'all are sure that your religion is right. You're sure that your government is right. You're sure that your political system is right. You're sure that your law is right. And you're sure that your money is right. And all that stuff is perfect for you. And y'all have your scriptures, and you can look down to find God all day long, or you can look up at a steeple, because they want you looking down or up, but they don't want you looking at each other to find God. They don't want you looking at each other to find love. They want you to either look in the pages of pieces of paper that make up a book called A Dead Tree, right? And they want you to call that the living word of God. And they want you to say the law books the law is a living, breathing thing. Oh, it's not. It's not. People that choose to accept bad morality and force law into other people, those are living, breathing things. But law isn't. Law is a dead tree. That's why it comes from a log. Lawg. I know y'all spell it Log. I don't know why, but anyways. So yeah, and you like the law because the law is from a serpent, and the serpent has scales, and you have the scales of justice, and you have your just ice system, and your pole ice, and your cold shoulder when they pull you over shoulder, write tickets and force rules on you, and just ice and pay the price, and you've got a great ice age going. You just got a great ice age going. You're doing a great job of it, because why not do the cold shoulder? And why not stand 6 feet apart? I mean, you're dead anyways. That's what the government treats you like. If they write you a ticket, they got a judge wearing a black magic priest witch's robe all in black because they're treating you as dead. They write your names on your driver's license in all capital letters. Why? Because that's what they do on tombstones. And that's what they do with money. It's all about capital and being dead, right? Everybody is in the middle of, and I know it's saying, don't say it. Everybody is in the middle of their being capitally punished, right? You're being ruled by people and told what you can do with your own life and your own body, because it's not about love and love, right? Adam and Eve, right? Or just love and love. Now it's about love and law. Hey, Eve, come on. I'm the serpent. I'm the snake. I got some scales of just ice. Just accept the law. That way, it won't be love. It'll be love and law instead of love and love. Love and law. That way, we can say, "Oh, we gotta do this, and the only way we can do this is make you pay a price because it's ice, right?" And that's the way you love it. If it's just ice, you got a problem. Try having a drink with just ice. That ain't too good. So I'm done. I'm not going to argue with you about it anymore. I'm not going to try and prove, hey, I'm not going to do that. Y'all got your Savior, and they got a handout for you. Take their hand.